This conference will now be recorded.
Multi-user workspace and also single-user workspace. We were able to create the workspaces, and I was taking you through all these menus, right? These are the sections that we have discussed in detail. Okay, so let's take one sample application as an example. From the Tricentis team, we have applications. Okay, we'll take that as an example, and we'll start creating the test cases and the modules. So
Sorry, Ritti.
yeah,
Hello.
yes,
License
yes.
link is not working.
License link
License
is not
license.
working. Okay.
Yes.
Can you share your screen and show me where is the issue that you're getting it?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
May I know your name?
Ramesh.
Okay, let me
Ramesh.
give the control.
Okay.
Yeah, I made you as a presenter. You can share the screen and show me.
Yeah. Can you please see my screen?
No, it's loading. Yes,
Okay.
you are registered, right? Your email ID is
Yes.
registered. That step is done and
Yes.
verification is done.
Verification also done.
Okay, let me ping you one URL.
Okay.
Just copy this and place it in the browser that you are showing me. I'll ping you over the
Okay.
chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you have the link in the chat. Just copy paste that into the URL that you're showing me. You have logged in, right? Using your registered
Yes.
email ID. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So okay. So
Yeah,
this
it's
is the
working now.
my okay. Click on this request cloud training license.
Okay.
And guys, others please do follow these steps. Register is done, and you have logged in into the portal. Have copy paste this link, right? Just save this link and copy
I
paste
got.
here.
Yeah, I got this
So
information.
successfully requested creation, right, of cloud license for the user. And once
Yes.
this message is done, you can see the state of the cloud license. It is deploying. You need to wait. Just give 2 to 3 minutes. So after that, you will get like state will be changed from deploying to deployed. Okay, let's wait.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
So once it is deployed, it means like you have requested for license and the license has been granted by the Tricentis team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so immediately you will get a license email to your Gmail ID.
Okay.
So it's working, right?
It's working. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, pass on the control to me.
Okay.
So just give 2 more minutes. The state will be changed to deployed and you'll get an email.
No. Okay. Where I need to pass the request to?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the control.
Thank you.
So others, if you have any other doubts, do you want to share your screen and show me where is the issue that you're facing? Because I see some pings in the WhatsApp group, like you are facing some issues. Can you share your screen and show me the errors which you are facing? So you are Ramesh, right? So just take this as handy. Okay, in the chat group, I have just paste that link, right? So for the license, just copy paste that into your browser. You'll be getting that button. Okay, if that button is enabled, just click on it, and cloud license request you will be raising from your side. The state will be changed from deploying to deployed, and immediately once the state has been changed, right, you will be getting a email license email to your Gmail ID. So that's done. So you got the license and everything is granted, access is granted to you. You can go for the Tosca setup and do the license request part. I mean, once the setup is done, you need to provide your like this. Go to the project menu under the license here. For the first time user, it will be asking the register details. So you can place it over here. So yeah, any other doubts so far as part of license request, as part of registration process? Do you want me to repeat it again, any of the steps?
Also, please provide the exe file to
Hmm.
download command.
Yeah, sure. Exe file, I'll definitely. So guys, please don't hesitate to ask any of the doubts that is running on your mind. Let it be any silly doubt or anything. Let's be it an interactive session so that I can understand and address your issues like license part or registration issues, anything. If you don't want to speak, then you can ping me over the chat also. I can address your issues.
Yes, Deepi. Now status is changed to deployed.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. I'll check my mail and let you know.
Sure. So, Ramesh, do one thing. I'll pass on the control to you again, just to show it to others also. It will be clear for them. I'm making you as a
One minute.
presenter.
One minute. Let me check my mail. 1 minute, Deepti.
Sure, sure. So I feel others are not facing the issues and you are able to go over the license request and registration process and everything is set up. Is that true?
Deepti Lasya here. I just bought
Yeah.
the laptop, so I'll check and let you know by tomorrow, please.
Yeah, sure. No
I
problem.
just got the laptop.
Okay, okay. No problem. Take your
Hi,
time.
Aditi. This is Saber. Myself also, I will check register today and let you know tomorrow. Also, it is done.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Some other issues I couldn't make it. This thing.
Okay, okay.
So,
Sure.
thank you.
So Ramesh, did you check the email? Did you get the license email?
Yes, I got the license, Deepti.
Okay, do you want
Any?
me to share the screen? I mean,
Yes, you can.
I'll make you as a
You can.
presenter. Please
Yeah,
share the
you
screen.
can. You can give now. I'll share the screen.
So once go to that support hub, I mean, the change, it has been changed to deploy, right? Just go navigate to that URL, previous one.
Previous one. You're asking? Okay.
Yes, you have clicked on the button and the
Yeah.
status has been changed from,
Yeah.
okay. So this is it, guys. So when you request the cloud training license, the state first initially it will be deploying and just give 3 to 4 minutes. It will be granted for you. It means deployed in the sense the access has been granted to you. And go to that email. You have been
Yes. Yes.
invited to access.
Yes. You can go. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is the email, guys. So finally everything is set. Register is done. License is done. And you can do the Tosca setup. So, but yeah, I'll be sending these steps in detail to you and also the exe file also. I'll share that file. Clear, guys? Okay. So let's move on. Let me share my screen. So as I told you, let's take an example. I mean, I'll open one application. Sampleapp.tricenters.com is an application that we are going to work on it. So the entire end-to-end testing will start automating the things from Tosca. Okay. So this is the vehicle insurance application, guys, from the Tyson Test team. We have some set of applications. So if you want to automate the things, right, you can take as an application this as an example, and you can automate your test cases. And through this application, we can do your test case design section and modules creation requirements. Everything I'll do, I'll take this as an example. Yeah, for other related examples, right? I'll take one more example. There is one more application, demo web shop application from Tyson Testing. We'll see both of the applications, okay? So this is the application, guys. So in the vehicle insurance application, let me navigate to home page. So you have four options. Generally, we'll see the manual process, manual steps. We'll understand the application first, and then we can move on to the automating your test cases. Fine. So this is the logo, and here it's clear, right? Some buttons over here. This is a home page of it, and there are four. This is a menu option, and here if you see, there are four items. Okay, four vehicle, different type of vehicles, and here you for this as part of this application, we generally quote insurance for these options. Okay, for these vehicles. So we'll take automobile as an example. Let me click on this. So when you click on this automobile, we have some set of pages if you see. Okay, enter product data. Once you enter vehicle data, insurance data is done, product data is done, and select price option, and finally you'll send a code for the vehicle that you want to quote for the insurance. Okay, so this is the first page, and I clicked on automobile. Okay, so here, so there is a drop down button, right? Let me select a few of the options. So if you see, there are mandatory fields that are present over these text boxes if you see. So I feel that you are aware of these, right? So this is nothing but a drop down box. Okay, this is a text box. This is a calendar option that is present, and these are the drop downs again. Okay, so this is again one more drop down, and this is some input box, or you can say a text box that you will be passing your test data into this text box. Okay, so here in the drop down box, you generally select something, and here you pass some information in this text box, your own data, right? So let me do this. And engine performance, if you see 0, okay, there is some message that is given over here from the application side. Since it is a mandatory field, so must be a number between 1 and 2000, right? So what we are doing generally, it is like there is a range that is defined as part of this application. So it is one of the requirement, correct? So must be a number between 1 and 2000. So there is a range that is defined for this particular field. So between 1 and 2000, you need to input the test data into this text box, right? So 0 is invalid, and 1, if I give 1, it's a valid one. Okay, if I give 0, so there is some range that is being defined. And what I'll do some boundary value analysis. Boundary value analysis is nothing but between the ranges, you can provide any of the numbers. You can choose any of the numbers and provide your data, test data. Okay. So what we can do, 1 and 2000, correct? So I'll give 1000 or some 100. Between 1 and 2000, any of the options you can provide your data. So date of manufacture, any date you can give. It's okay. And again, place 0. So there is something, there is some range that is defined for this input box, right? Must be a number between 500 and this 10,000. And let me give 2000. License plate number. And if you see there, it is not a mandatory field, but I'm giving the test data, passing the test data. And if I give 0, it is not accepting and must be a number between 100 and this much. So, okay, click on next button. And now you need to fill the same things. I mean, the input boxes and the data will be different. Okay, this is for insurance data. So first name and date of birth. Let me, okay, Either you can choose it from the calendar or it's in a MMDD YY format, right? So let me give the month, date, and year, and gender. Street address you can avoid if you want. As part of your testing, you can give. So one of the test case you can provide the data, or you can also avoid because it is not a mandatory field. Let me give this. It's not a mandatory field, but if you want, you can provide the data. Any of the options you can select. These are not mandatory, so I'm not giving any test data over here. Click on next button, and here you need to fill the details again. Start date. Let me give the date like this. Okay. Insurance sum, bonus one. Okay. Click on next button. So if you see, once I provide the entire data, correct information data with all the mandatory fields, okay, product data, insurance data, and everything is filled, correct? Then you navigate to the select price option. You will be getting this table only when the 3 pages of the data is proper. Okay, if you miss any of the data over here, okay, if let's say suppose this is a mandatory field and I have missed to populate this, okay, I have missed to select this or choose this option. No, it means that I just clicked on next button and this data will not be populated for you. So simple terms like you need to fill all the details in the 3 pages, then only you'll be getting this table. Okay. So in order to send the code, so what we will do, just select any of this button, select option. Either you can view the code or download code option is there. Click on next, and here give your email, any email. Okay, phone number is not mandatory. Username, password, let me give anything. This is also not mandatory field, right? So let me give it as part of my testing. Okay, this is for testing purpose. And let me click on send. You'll get an email and also a confirmation pop-up, success email. Okay, then click on the OK button. So this is a complete flow, guys. So we will do the same steps in Tosca also. So let's see how we can do. So what I've done, I just clicked on automobile. So just imagine, so this is a manual process. Manually you're trying to do. If you get a brand new application, let's say for an example, you got a new application in your projects and you need to automate things, you know, to automate the flows. Okay, what you do, just open the application in any of the browser as a first prerequisite. Then manually you need to try on your own. You need to see what kind of functionalities are present in the application, right? So in earlier classes I was stressing on this point. You need to understand the requirements first. There will be a document. You need to understand the requirements, and then you need to jump over the functionalities of the application. So you need to know what type of an application it is. Then how to know what type of an application it is through the requirements document. Correct. So business will provide you some document in place so that you'll understand the requirements of the requirements of the application. So what I have done, this is a new application, or let's say imagine we need to automate this application. So I just open it in a browser and manually I'll try to create all the steps. So let's say suppose manually I have filled all these details, insurance data, product data, select price option, send code. So this is the flow that I need to do as part of this application. So keep in mind, so whatever manually process you are doing it, okay, in the application, the same way you need to create or try to identify the things in Tosca also, because here it is a codeless tool, right? You don't have any coding. You no need to write some lines of code over here. So no coding is required. So what you need to do, you need to understand the application first, manually try to understand the functionalities of the application, then the same way. So what I have done as a prerequisite, I just opened the browser in the I've opened this application in a browser. That is the first one. Manually I've done. So I want Tosca also to open the same application, this application into browser. So that how we need to automate. We need to understand that way. So that is the first step. So open URL is the module that we have, right? The standard modules that I have opened and showed you. So using the open URL, you try to open it, and in the browser you need to select. So it's like simple way, whatever you do as a manual process, try to automate the things in Tosca also. So that way you need, it will be easy for you to automate your test cases. Okay, so let's do one by one. Let's navigate to home page. So the first step, so here if you see, I will delete this. It's up to you how you design your how you want to see these sections. Okay, for me, as part of my comfortable, what I'll do, in this home menu, click on this project. Okay, right click, doc as tab document here. Okay, so this is the root element, and whatever the sections that I have deleted, okay, those are present like this. Okay, so my view, I don't want to make it clumsy. So what I have done in this view, I have just created it. In the creation, in the sense, I didn't create, but it's automatically populated from Tosca when you click on this project root element. Okay, now let's create one component folder. Right click on this project. Okay, let me check out. So we have discussed about checkout, check-in process, right? So checkout, if I want to do some activities, I want to check out the folder. So click on this checkout option. Okay, now I'll create one folder. Just right click on this root element. There is an ash color symbol. Okay, folder, create component folder. Let okay, let me create one component folder. Batch 2, right? Okay, and under this, I want to create my structure. What I'll do, just right click on this component folder again. You can see these options. This is nothing but just do a mouse over, create modules folder, test cases folder, and you can see some three dots. Okay, just click on this execution list folder and everything will be present like this. So for me, I want to identify the objects first, correct? So right click on this, create modules. So this is a module folder, and next one will be test cases. So now what I will do in the modules, I need to identify the objects of the application, right? So let's do that. Okay, how to identify the objects of the application using Tosca? As I discussed earlier, when I was discussing about the architecture of the Tosca, right? So there I was telling about some components of the Tosca. Tosca scan, if you remember, Tosca scan wizard is there. It is one of the component and the major component of Tosca. So using Tosca scan wizard, we will try to identify the objects of the application. So before going to this topic, I'll show you. Let me navigate to the application. So if you see, this is an application. So as far as your testing is concerned, what happens? There is some application that is designed by the developers, right? So let me right click on this. We'll see what is the code that is running behind this application. Okay. Just what you can do, right click on this element, inspect. So if you see, this is an HTML based application. There is some code that is running behind. If you navigate, if you do a mouse over simple, inspect element. So if you see, there are some several elements that is present over here, correct? Tosca container and it, okay, let me class, some social links, menu item. So if you see, if I place my mouse over here, navigation automobile. So this is nothing but the code code of the application, okay, HTML based application. So this is the code that is designed by the developers. So just wanted to see what kind of an element it is and what is the code that is running behind this application. Then you can use this as an option. Okay. So right click on this and inspect element. Okay. You will see the code that is running behind this application. So what Tosca will try to do is like you will open a Tosca scan wizard, and using this wizard, Tosca behind the scenes, what happens? It will open a HTML based engine. So based on the HTML based engine, it will try to identify this application. Okay. So what Tosca does, when we try to open the scan wizard in behind the scenes, what happens? Tosca will open a HTML engine internally and try to identify the technology of the application and try to identify the things, okay, identify the objects that is present in the application. So in simple terms, Tosca will try to identify the technology of the application using engines. Okay, let it be SAP. Okay, so what happens when you try to open Scan Wizard internally? What happens? It will open a scan engine and try to identify SCAP mod. I mean SCAP SAP objects. Okay, so this is a HTML based application, right? So Tosca will try to open a HTML based engine in order to identify the objects of the application. So clear so far, any doubts? So what I have done, just I'm showing you the code that is running behind the application. So every HTML based application, when you right click on this, do an inspect element, then the code will be running behind this application. You can see what are the options and what are the properties in detail if you want to try to understand from the code perspective. Okay, so let's go to Tosca scan and I'll show you what Tosca will do. Okay, so in order to identify or make Tosca understand the objects of this application, we'll go for the Tosca scan. So how you can scan the module is just click on this module folder, right click on this module folder, scan option, and if you see there are several options that is present under the scan. So what happens is application, if you select the applications that are by default opened, okay, the instances that are open in your desktop, everything will be scanned by Tosca, and you need to select the application from the scan any API related things, API testing. If you do, then you can go for API testing. And mobile based applications also you can do. If you want to scan your mobile, right, then you can use this option mobile. And PDFs also, if there is a PDF document, then you can go for this PDF option. Okay, host is nothing but if you have any virtual desktop like other machines like remote desktops, if you have, then you can use this host option like Citrix machines if you want to scan. Okay, and if you click on more, there is some other technologies also you can scan. Okay, now for our application, I'll use this scan and application I'll be selecting. So just select this application. What happens? You will be opening. It will navigate to you. One window will be opened for you, and all the application that are by default open in your desktop, right? So if you see, I have opened these Notepad also. It will be scanned by the Tosca. Okay, if you see Notepad is also scanned because I have opened Notepad instance here. So by default, whatever instances is open in your desktop, right? Then everything will be populated here. So from this you can choose the application. So for we are automating this vehicle insurance application, right? Just you can double click on this or otherwise select this and go for scan option. Okay, let me double click. One second. Okay, this is the Scan Wizard, guys. So if you see some of the elements, okay, all the elements that is present in this home page will be populated like this. So you need to select as per your choice, as per your testing. Then you need to select particularly some of the elements for your testing. Let's say for me, I don't want these, okay. For me, I want only these menu items. So what I'll do, I'll just go over and select these 4 options as of now. So when you're trying to test the functionality, then let's say suppose this logo, if I want to test, you can go for select this logo element. And the search button and these buttons, this is not that priority. So as of now, we are not touching this. So yes, if you have any requirement in order to test the functionalities, okay, you need to select these options also. Okay. And in this scan wizard, I'll explain you in detail what are the options that are present. So let me show you as an example how to identify the objects or the elements that are present in this application. So for me, for this demo purpose, what I will do, I'll just select only these 4 options from the menu bar. Okay. And also the logo if you want to test this functionality also. So how do you select this? As I shown you, just go to the modules, right click and scan option and select the application. From that dialog box, you just double click on the application that you want to identify the objects. Clear? So once you identify the application, select the application, Xscan wizard will be open for you. This is the scan wizard. So from this wizard, you need to um, select the objects, and then yes, you will make these some elements as unique. So we'll do one by one. So I want to select these options, right? So how you can do, there is a select on screen option. Just select this, click on this, and here it will go to the select mode. Click on the element that I want to test it. Okay, click on automobile, click on truck, click on motorcycle, click on camper. Clear? So here if you see, I have selected the elements that I want to test. Okay, this is as per my choice, this is as per my testing.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, any doubts?
Like you just right clicked on the elements or just a normal left click?
Right
These
click? No. There is a select on screen option over here. I
yeah.
just
After
clicked on this.
yeah.
Okay, let me show you again. So select on screen. When I select on screen, it will go to the select mode. Then I just placed my cursor over here. Okay, I selected the elements from the application. Click here, and do a click here. So whatever I have clicked, right, it will be populated here in the scan window. What I'm just doing, I selected on screen. Select on screen is nothing but if you see this name itself, selecting on the screen. It asks, I mean, Tosca is asking me to select something on the screen over here. Simple. So I just selected this. I'm selecting the elements using my mouse option. Clear? Do I need
Yes.
to show it again?
No.
You, okay, you need to try it, guys. This will be easy only. You feel it is easy, but when you try, when you do your practicals, then only you will be able to understand. So once Tosca is installed in your systems, create modules. Modules folder is created. Try to scan one application, any application if you want to take. That's up to you. It's up to your choice. So this application I have shown you because this will be easy to automate the things. Okay, it will be straightforward. It will be clear actually. Okay. So I selected on screen, I've selected my elements like this. Now I'll remove this. So my next step, so first what I have done, I selected the application, okay, using the scan wizard. Select on screen, I have clicked on it. I selected the elements from the application as per my testing. So now we have selected the elements, that is well and good. So manually we know we need to test the functionalities of the application. So now how Tosca will try to, understand the objects we just selected. Okay, we just made our selection simple. So now I want to make Tosca to understand where this location of the object is. So first what I'm doing, I'm just selecting, I just opened the application in a browser. Clear? I just open a scan wizard. The second step, what I'm doing, I'm just selected on screen in order to select the elements here. So I made my selection as part of my testing. Now the third one will be, I want Tosca to understand the location or the property, okay, the location or property or the element that is present in the application. So as human beings, we know through our eyes, we'll open the browser and we'll try to understand the location. Okay, what I'll see, okay, this is at the right corner, top right corner of the application. So this is at the left corner of the application. So this is the header section, this is the footer section. So manually I know, but Tosca, we need to make Tosca to understand. So how Tosca will understand is the important step. Okay. So we just made the selection and kept it ready. And we need to provide some instructions. We need to identify. Okay. So there are some methods in order to make the element unique. Okay. So unique is nothing but, if you see the elements I have selected from the application, now it is ready. So Tosca wants to identify these these elements in the application. So the second step, what I will do, I'll select this element, if you see, and towards your right, there are some properties. So before going to this application, what I have done, I just right clicked on this inspect element, and there is some code, HTML code that is running behind the application, right? So whenever the scan wizard is open, so make it clear, guys. I'm explaining in very detail to make you understand the things, because the scanning part and the module creation is very quite important topic in Tosca. So this will be your interview question, and make sure the things are very clear to you. And I'll be happy to explain the things again and again, because module concept and scanning the wizard and scanning the elements is quite important. So you need to make Tosca understand the elements. Okay. So once the element identification is done and Tosca is able to identify the elements properly, then you can go and automate your test cases. We can go to the test cases part and design your test cases. So this is a quite important topic. So once the setup is done, I'll suggest you just try to practice this once. If yes, if something is not clear for you and something you are stuck, just please share your screen and then show me. Wherever you are stuck, I'm happy to help you. No problem at all. I'll be there. So as part of scanning is the concern, and also modules, if you want to show anything, any silly doubt, please let me know. Please share your screen and then show me. I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So this is about the selection part. So what I'm doing it here, I'll just select these elements. Clear? So now automobile I have selected. If you see towards your right, there are some properties that is running behind this element. So we need to select some of the properties in order to make the item unique. Item in the sense this element unique. So why I'm making it as unique? If you see towards your right, there are some properties. I'm selecting some properties over here. So let's say ID is there. Okay, by default, when you scan or select the element, right, the properties will be automatically loaded by Tosca. It will be selected by Tosca itself. So I didn't touch any of the properties. If you see, I just selected the element, and when you click on this element, if you see the selected item is unique, right? And the properties also I didn't touch anything. So by default, what happens when something is scanning, okay, behind the scenes, if Tosca is scanning the application, it will try to identify the elements by some of the properties. Okay. If yes, if you see when I uncheck this box, click on automobile. So this is my first option. And there is some property that is already been selected. If you see, then something is selected. So by Tosca, some properties will be selected in order to make this element unique. So now what is this uniqueness? Okay, once you select the elements, I want to make this item as unique, because Tosca needs to identify the element that is present in the application. So in order to make Tosca understand the element is unique or not, I mean, sorry, in order to identify the element of the application, element in the application, then we need to make this item as unique. Okay, in order to make this unique, you need to go and select some properties. So let's say this automobile is there. If I uncheck this box, okay, if you see some color has been changed, it means the selected item is not unique. Now if I don't identify this element and make it as unique, just close this. Module has been saved, and when you drag and drop this module into your test cases, right, then it will not identify because this element is not unique, because Tosca is not understanding where the element is. If you want to click on that element, let's say suppose I drag this module and place it over the test cases, I'll input some operation, I'll ask Tosca to click on automobile option. So what it will do, it will not click, it will not understand. Okay, so in order to make Tosca to understand, we need to make the elements unique. Clear? Any doubts here? I'll pause for a while.
Yes,
Any doubts?
To-
How to
Tosca is
identify the
creating,
element?
yeah, Tosca is creating Unix expert CSS like Selenium, right? Here,
Yes, correct.
yeah.
In order to, simple terms, in order to make Tosca understand the objects that are present in the application, we need to make the each of the element as unique. So how do you make unique is, we have some different methods that we will discuss later one by one. And we have some different methods in order to make an element unique. Simple. Okay. So let me click on this. And towards your right, there are some properties. So I want to make this element unique because I want Tosca to understand the element, right? So which are the options that are present? So identify by properties is one of the method. So I'll select this ID. So when I select this ID, if you know, ID is something which it is unique, right? So let's say your Aadhaar card number, okay, PAN card number, which is unique identity for a person. Am I right? So when you apply for passport or something, okay, you need to give your identity to that person to in order to apply your passport, correct? So what identity you will give? You need, in order to make that person understand your identity, you will give your passport number, I'm sorry, PAN card number or Aadhaar card number, which is that ID will be unique to you, and using that ID, the person will identify, okay, this person is so and so person. Using this ID, we can identify this person is some Deepthi, or this person is some other name like Ramesh or something. So like the same way, we'll ask Tosca to identify, okay, Tosca needs to identify this particular element. So in order to make Tosca identify this element, we'll go over these properties. We'll choose some of the properties like ID, class name, inner text. We'll discuss these methods in detail because these are important. So, but as of now, what I have done, just selected on screen, selection is made, and I have just selected these elements, and I want to make Tosca to understand using its unique ID. Okay, I just selected this ID, and if you see, name of the ID is nothing but automobile. Okay, so the same way, if you select this truck, it is already default selected by Tosca itself. Okay, ID navigation truck, and go for motorcycle, ID is selected, and if you see down at the bottom, the selected item is unique. So when I uncheck this ID, I have didn't made it as unique, so the selected item is not unique over here. So if it is not unique, simple, I just select some properties in order to make Tosca understand the elements. I'll click on, I select on ID. Now if you see, when I click on this element, the selected item is unique. Now just select for the camper, and ID is already present. So all my elements are unique now, and Tosca will identify, will know the location identity of the particular element in the application. So once this is done, what I'll do, I'll just close this. Before that, you can also finish screen. If you click on finish screen, if you see at the bottom, module saved successfully. Now close this window. So here, if you see, there is a module that is created for you. So module, as I told you, it contains the technical information of the elements or the objects of the application, right? So this is nothing but the information of the objects that is stored in a module. When you go for the scan wizard, I have selected the elements. I made it as unique. I made Tosca to understand the elements that are present in the application. Yes, that is the third step. And finally, when I click on the finish screen, module has been saved successfully by default from Tosca. Okay, automatically everything will be saved into a place called module. So now under modules folder, if you see, this is the module that we have selected and we have identified as part of this home page, right? So this is nothing but the home page of my application. Now what I will do, you need to rename this. So this naming standards is one of the best practice, guys, from Tyson Test team. So we need to follow the best practices in Tosca. Okay, so home screen. Yeah, this is the module. So if you see, this is the module, and these are nothing but the module attributes of this module. So yes, if I want to go over and see the properties of this particular module, what you can do, just click on this, select on this. Here, if you see, there is some arrow, just click on this. So these are the properties that is, you know, when you have scanned some properties we have selected, right? So these are the properties that will be saved as part of this module. The same way, if you want to see the properties of this module attribute, just click on this. And if you see the properties, we have used ID in order to make Tosca understand this element, right? So this is the ID. Engine, if you see, I have told you certain engines Tosca will be using in order to identify the technology of the application, correct? So engine, this is the HTML engine. So let's say if it's a SAP based modules, then engine will be SAP, like that. Okay. And the same way, click on truck, ID, engine, and some other properties like node path. Node path is nothing but just the path of this module attribute, like that. Created by, created at, dated, modify, everything will be there, all the properties. Likewise, the same, the properties of the other attributes also you can see like this. Okay, so my module is done, and I made Tosca to understand these elements in the application. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to click on this automobile, right? So manually what I will do, I'll open this. I want to click on this automobile. So now Tosca should also click on this automobile. So that is a test step that we need to test it, right? So go to the test cases now. Okay, right click on this folder. There is a test case option, create test case. And here what I want to do, quote automobile. Okay, this is my test case name. So this test case naming standards and everything, it depends on project to project. So however you want to give the naming conventions, you can give as per your choice. But yes, you need to follow some of the practices that I told you. Okay, I'll show you that. And you need to properly name the test case names. Okay, let's say suppose if you have one or two test cases, if you don't give a proper name, and someday or the other when you come back and want to see the same test cases, you won't understand generally. Okay, so that's the reason you need to name this test case and also the module properly. So let's say this home screen I have given, and yeah, you can also do this hyphen vehicle insurance. Okay, screen name and also the application name. So this is one of the best practice. Okay, so screen name you can give and the application name you can give, so that others also can understand. You are not the person that you are just working the application, right? So others will also need to understand the modules that you have created. So the naming is very important. So as we have some names, so yes, modules and test cases also should have some names. Okay, so I've created the test case. So what is my next step? I want to click on this automobile. So there is a module that is created. Just drag this module. Okay, what I'm doing, in order to drag it, just place the cursor over here, drag it and place it on the test cases. So simple. I just went to this module, clicked on this. In order to create a test step, I just selected this, drag it and drop it on top of your test cases, not on the folder, on your test case. Okay, test step is created. Now naming, what I will do, click on automobile. Clear? So here if you see, there are some options over here. So in detail, as I told you, in the scan wizard methods we will see. Okay, methods will try to understand each of the options. Then module section is done. We will see these also, like values, action modes, data types, and everything. Okay, we'll come one by one, guys. I don't want to make you confused by giving all the details over here. Okay, simple test step I have created, and here I want to click. Okay, I want to, in the sense, I will ask Tosca to click. Fine. So what you can do, in the value section, just open braces like this, CLICK, click. Okay, And action mode by default, it will take as input only. So you have these different action modes. I'll explain these also in detail, okay, in one of the class. So input why I'm giving is, I want to perform some operation on the object. So let's say I want to do a mouse over, I want to click on it, I want to double click on it, and you have several other options. Okay, when you're doing some mouse operations, then action mode will be input. Fine. So I want to run this now. So I just given some instructions, some test data. I pass some information to Tosca. I'm asking Tosca to perform this click operation on the application. Okay, on the application in the sense on this automobile. I want Tosca to click on this automobile. Clear? So here I want to run. Why I'm running? I've just given the instructions, but the next step is I want to run and see whether it is working or not. Correct? So let me run. Just click on this. Otherwise, you can go to the test case, right click on this test case. There is run in Scratchbook option. So these also I'll tell you in detail. There are two ways how do you run your test cases. One is execution list and run in Scratchbook. Scratchbook is nothing but the log information is not saved. Okay. And execution list, everything will be saved there. Okay. We'll discuss in detail. Don't make yourself confused. Just as far of this demo purpose, like this part, just make sure, okay, I'm just giving some value over here. I'm making Tosca to understand. I've asked Tosca to click on this element from the application. So in order to run this, what I have done, just right click on this test case. Otherwise, select this test step, right click and run in Scratchbook. So what Tosca will do, generally what happens, Tosca will go and try to identify and click on the automobile option. Simple. What happened here, if you see at the bottom, elapsed time, remaining time, and everything it is showing. And if it is failed, you will get a red color bar. Okay. And if it is passed, you will get a green color mark. Processing execution results. And if you see, this is the execution result. And right click on this. Okay. So the start time duration will be captured. Clear, guys? Any doubts so far? I just scanned the module. I just created a test step. I asked Tosca to click on the automobile. Simple. If you want me to repeat something over here, let me know. I'll repeat it. So be free, guys. I'm very happy to help you with any of the doubts that is running on your mind, because I'm stressing this because modules and this test cases section, if you are okay and if you're scanning and everything is fine, if you're able to automate your test cases, then we can go for the other high-end topics. Okay. So this is a basic topic that you need to understand. I'll give 1 minute. If you have any doubts, please tell me.
Ma'am, Sneha here.
Yeah. Yes, Neha. Tell me.
Can you please repeat from test cases, like once we drag and drop the automobile into the test case, there, can you
Okay.
please repeat?
Sure. Let me drag and drop again. So click on this. I want to, there is a test case that I have created, right? So I want to click on the automobile option. Okay. Manually, sorry, 1 second. So here, if you see, this is the home page. So manually what we will do, we click on this automobile, right? The same way I'm asking Tosca to click on this automobile element. So how you can do, module is scanned ready for me. It is identifying the objects. Okay. It understand the objects by using ID, correct? So now I want to create a test step. So what I have done, just select this, drag it and drop it on the test case. Okay. If you see the symbol on the test case, just drop it. A test step will be created. So from this test step, I just rename this test step. Okay, click on automobile, and here in the value section, right, just open this braces, click option. If you see, mouse over also will be there. Okay, I mouse over like this. Value I have given. Now everything is ready, and then I want to run it. Run in Scratchbook. I'm not clicking on it. Okay, Tosca will not click on it. It just do a mouse over. Okay, it will point your mouse pointer to the automobile. That's it. Because I have given the value as mouse over value. So most of the things you need to do it practically only, so that you will understand by looking at this application and looking at these things, right? It will be easy for you. But if you drag and drop and if you enter the values, create your test tips, that will be challenging, because when you do practicals day by day, then only you will understand the things. Clear, Sneha?
Thank you.
I didn't ask Tosca to click on it because I given a mouse over option. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Please
want to
provide the
click
links if
on
I'm
this.
after the session, Deepti.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
Deepti,
Yes.
could
Yes,
you share
please.
this recording section?
Yeah, team will share the recording session to you. No problem.
Okay, Deepti, thank
You can
Hello.
contact Praveen and yeah.
Hello. Yes, Diti. We have created some test cases, right? In that, if you could click on automobile, then only it will click. Suppose if you selected the mouse over, then it will not click. Just the mouse pointer will go on, stay there. That's all right. Whatever the options we
Yeah, sure.
select in the value, that only it will do. That's
Yes,
all right.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Suppose, for
Correct.
example, for example, could you drop down that? Okay, clear apps. There will be many options. Okay.
There
Okay.
will be many options. By default,
So
there will
here
be
I
some
can see here
functions.
enter or something is there, right? Here you
Yeah.
can see. So for example, there is some registration link or login or something will be there for any
Hmm. Hmm.
application or something. So first,
Hmm.
if we have an account, we need to log into that, right? So
Hmm.
that also it will do automatically. So for example, in the previous application automobile, so user account is there.
Hmm.
For so I have a user account with my mail ID and password
Hmm.
and all there, and
Okay, you
I
mean to
want
say the
Tosca to
login
open.
functionality, login functionality.
Yeah, login we can do by automatically by selecting these things.
Login okay, 1 second. I wanted to understand your question. Let me open
Yeah,
one
login
more
functionality, for
application.
example, login functionality. For example, we have some applications or some, for example,
Hmm.
any Flipkart or
Hmm.
something, right? So in the
Hmm.
Flipkart
Hmm.
last
Hmm.
in the classes, there is a
So
functionality
this is
like
the
login.
login
Yeah.
functionality.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I want to enter
So
email ID, password, and click on login. You mean to say this?
so yes. The Tosca will do automatically
Okay.
if we create these all things in the trace in this application.
Yes. Yeah, we can do. Anything
Okay,
you
okay,
can automate. So here, if
okay.
you see, there is no login functionality. Here in this
Yeah, here it is
application,
not
there is a
there.
login functionality. Okay.
Yes.
So first of all, we need to scan the elements as a first step,
Okay,
and we
okay.
need to make that as unique, as I shown you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once that is unique, then create the modules, right? So what happens?
Okay.
You want me to show this, the sample thing?
No.
You wanted me to show?
When the
Correct?
time comes, you're not. I'm just asking
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Normally, there will be some
Okay.
drop
You
downs, right?
save
So
that
I'm just
module.
asking.
Yeah. You save that module, and module with these details will be saved. And
Okay.
yeah, create your test case and just drag and drop that login functionality. I mean, login into this test step. Test step will be
Okay.
created. So here you
Okay.
can provide your values. So for me, what I do want to do, email ID I want to provide. It's a input box, right? If you see, this is a
Yes.
button. Okay, this is a link.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why
Yes.
I'm clicking on it. So here you can
Yeah.
click. Okay, click operation will also work, but again you need to pass your test data.
Okay.
Correct? Value
Okay.
like your email ID. But here
Okay.
I cannot pass any Gmail ID or something. Correct?
Yeah, since it is
So
a
it's
click
a
option
link.
only,
I
that's
just want to give a
that's
click operation.
that's all. Yes. So in the same scenario,
I
so you have provided here automobile as the link option, click option. So in that
yeah,
demo scenario, there we will put login option, right?
yeah, correct.
Then the next step, email. then
Yes,
the
email,
password also
password.
you can provide.
I'll take
Okay.
this application as an example. No need to worry. I'll take this also
Yeah,
as an
yeah,
example in one of these scenarios. Okay,
yeah,
that will
yeah.
be
That's
easier.
fine. Not a problem. I'm just asking whether
Hmm? Yeah,
these
I
things
got
also
it.
possible. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, guys. You don't have, if you have any certain questions on the registration process, I'll be there with you. Like I'll help you tomorrow also. Plus try from your side. Like last year and other person who didn't try, right? Just try from your side and let me know if you face any issues by tomorrow. Okay?
Deepti.
Okay.
Deepti.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please
Yeah,
go ahead.
Deepti. Yeah, I'm trying to open the scan, but there is a pop-up
Hmm.
message. Could not connect you to Tosca
Hmm.
automation service. Please make sure it is started.
Okay. Okay. May I know your name?
Shravani.
What is Savani? Let me pass the control. Oh, I'm
No,
experiencing
I'm
something.
opening in mobile.
Oh, mobile. Okay, what you can do, you are getting some pop-up over there. Any buttons that you have?
Yeah, it's on OK.
Okay, click on OK.
Yeah, clicked.
Okay, is it navigating to any of the Edge browser or Chrome browser?
No, it is loading. Please wait ready.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there is another
One
error.
second, I'll show you. Okay, okay, let me show you. I was about
Yeah.
to show you this also. You need to add the extension, guys. So if you see the application in this browser that I have opened is I have taken Edge as an example. Okay, Tosca Edge extension. So you need to add these extensions from Tosca, okay, in order to identify these applications. Okay, for IE by default you don't have any other extension that is added. Whenever you open the application in IE, this extension is not needed. For Chrome and Edge, you need to add these extensions. So let me remove this and show you. Remove from Edge. Okay, I have removed. So when I scan this modules, right? Scan application. I think this is the error that you will be getting. Okay, this is my application. I just clicked on this. This is the error that you're getting.
Yeah.
Shravani or someone asked me. Okay, I clicked
Yes,
on
yes.
yes. Okay, something will be loaded in the Microsoft Edge. And here, what you can do, just get it. Click on get.
Okay.
And by default, right? Once this is done, add extension. Okay, click on add extension. So Microsoft Edge extension for Tosca will be added. Okay,
Okay.
got it? There is a symbol
Okay.
over here. That's it.
Yeah.
And now if you open any of the applications here in Edge, the same process with Chrome, okay? Manually, you no need to go to Chrome or Edge extension and manually do the steps. So what you can do, simply go to Tosca. When you try to open the application in Edge browser or Chrome browser, so these are the steps you need to follow. So once this
Okay.
extension is enabled, it means like Tosca Edge extension is enabled for this browser and you can automate the things. I mean, it will identify, Tosca will identify the applications.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine, guys. Then we'll meet tomorrow. That's all for today. Okay. Bye, guys. Then we'll meet tomorrow. Just try to do the setup and do the scanning process. If you have any doubts, please let me know.